Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the third annual Great Futures Breakfast, celebrating our 2017 Youth of the Year. I am Wendell Faison, the director at the Southeast High School, and also the Teen Services Director. We have a fast-paced morning ahead of us, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and they told me to be the mayor for the day, for the pledge. So would you all stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we can remain standing for a prayer, if we can bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thanks so much. Thankful for this day you have given us, for its blessings and opportunities and challenges. May we appreciate each day that comes to us. We pray for strength and guidance for each day, as it comes for each day's duties, for each day's problems. May we be challenged to give our best always, and may be assured of your presence with us. And may we always have in mind the welfare and best interest of children as we come together to celebrate this day. Amen. You may be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our Mistress of Ceremony today, Jacqueline Matter. She's an anchor on ABC 7 Good Morning Suncoast from 5 to 7 weekdays. Jacqueline comes to Sarasota for WNCT in Eastern North Carolina, where she anchored WNCT 9 on Your Side Morning Edition. During the week, prior to being the weekday morning anchor at her last station, she also bureaued the reporter for WNCT in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Jacqueline graduated with a bachelor's degree in journalism for the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She also was a member of the UNC's all-girls cheerleading squad and the Gamma Lambda chapter of Phi U. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcome Jacqueline Matter.
All right, thank you so much, Wendell. I appreciate that introduction. Now, I'm so happy to be here in Manatee County this morning. It's my honor to serve as your MC. But I've been up since about 2:30, so if I get a little spacey, I apologize ahead of time. I had the privilege of being at the Youth of the Year dinner just a few months ago in February, so I know what a treat it is when you get to speak with the Youth of the Year and hear from him in just a little bit. It's our mission to enable all young people, especially those who need it the most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. Tens of thousands of youth in Manatee County have been impacted in a positive way by the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County. This year alone, the club will serve more than 4,000 members in 7 sites in Manatee County. From Power Hour that gives each member the chance to work on and finish their homework, to teen programs that inspire, innovate, and involve, the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County offers the support our youth need to realize their full potential. Before we begin the formal program, I'd like to thank a few of our supporters. First, a huge thank you to Publix Supermarkets Charities. They're the presenting sponsor of today's breakfast. We appreciate their generosity, and we want to know that this is the second year of their support. We'd also like to thank Pier 22 and honorary event chairs Hugh and Karen Miller for being a silver sponsor for the breakfast. This is the third year that Pier 22 has hosted this event, and we are grateful, obviously, for their support as well. Also, some of our serving silver sponsors are Elizabeth Moore, Florida Power and Light, ImageNet Consulting, Manson Roofing, NDC Construction, Regions, UGardy, and Veteran Air. Our bronze sponsors are BB&T Insurance Services, Boyd Insurance and Investments, Kavanaugh and Company, the Uris Family, Manatee Fruit Company, Malden and Jenkins, and the Ritz-Carlton Members Club. Can we give those generous sponsors a round of applause as well? There's also a number of table hosts who worked extremely hard to get you all here today. If you're a table host, you could please stand up so you can be recognized for your efforts this morning. Also, a big thank you to all of the Boys and Girls Club's board members in attendance from both the corporate board and the Boys and Girls Club Foundation board. If the board members as well could stand up so we can give them a round of applause. There are also a few elected officials and dignitaries we want to welcome here in the audience. We want to extend a special thanks to Bradenton Mayor Wayne Poston, who did not give the Pledge of Allegiance. Nobody told me that one. And Manatee County Commissioner Betsy Benak, Bradenton City Council Member Jean Brown, Manatee School Superintendent Dr. Diana Green, and Board Member David Miner. So did we leave anybody else out that I didn't know about? So you might also notice that some of our guests that were out handing some of those bracelets are a little younger than the rest of us here. We'd like to thank the members of the Boys and Girls Club of Palmetto for taking their time from their classwork to be here as ambassadors this morning. If you guys are still in the room, could we stand up and give them a big round of applause? So our first speaker this morning is Leanne Frank. She's the club director at Desoto Boys and Girls Club. Leanne grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida, by way of Toronto, Canada. Not sure how that happens, but she graduated from Liberty University. Leanne has worked for the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County for 2 years. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Leanne to talk about the club's Youth of the Year.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for the beautiful introduction. The late Princess Diana once said the following: hugs can do great amounts of good, especially for children. Well, at the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County, we believe and we give out plenty of hugs. But that's not all. We give encouragement to our members and their families. We provide a safe place for them to go both after school and during the summer months. The Boys and Girls Club is a partner with our schools as we reinforce academics learned in the classroom. We are sometimes Santa's helpers during the holidays, and we make sure that our families will have some Christmas gifts under the tree. We teach our kids the value of hard work, healthy lifestyles, and they sometimes get a healthy snack when they come to the club. If you're a teen, we can help you craft your resume for that first-time job that many of our teens are looking for. Take you on a field trip to see the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville, Florida, for that first look at what college is really like. Sorry for all the Seminole fans that might be in the room. We have Boy Summits and Girl Summits for our teens specifically, for events that cater to those unique gender experiences. We foster love of sports of all kinds: baseball, football, track, swimming, tennis, dance team. If you can play it, we probably play it at the Boys and Girls Club. You can learn robotics with our Lego Club, throw your first pitch out at the Pirates game. Members can engage in mud wars, go to a Lightning game, a Bucks game, to the movies, go bowling, learn how to be a ball boy or ball girl, or even take tennis lessons at the Sarasota Open. Or simply sharpen your reading skills during our summer brain gain program. Pretty much, if you can think of it, we do it at the clubs. We always say to our members, this is your club, and what you put into it is what you will get out of it. And it is. You have as much fun as you want, you learn as much as you want, and build as much of a great future as you want for yourself. And speaking of great futures, it is now my pleasure to introduce you to our 2017 Youth of the Year, Nicholas Charles Crow, who is a senior at Bayshore High School who graduates in a few days and has attended the club for more than a decade. He's a leader in our Keystone Club, which is a leadership civic program. He's involved in Bayshore's football, basketball, and track and field teams. He also participates in sign language, advanced level sign language classes. To achieve the title of Youth of the Year on any level, club members must embody the values of leadership, service, academic excellence, and healthy lifestyles. I'm sure after listening to Nick, you will not only agree that he embodies the best of what clubs have to offer. Not only is Nick an active member, but his younger siblings are as well. Nick is a very illustration of a busy and dedicated young man, and one who persists to achieving his goals. He would be the first to tell you that he competed for the 2016 Youth of the Year, and while not selected the very first time, he came back this year and tried even harder, and actually won the title this year. He recently competed at the state level and did us very proud. It is my extreme pleasure to introduce you to the newest member of the Wisconsin Lutheran Warriors football team and track team in our 2017 Youth of the Year, Nicholas Charles Kraut.
Thank you so much, Miss Leanne, for the great introduction. All right, hello, my name is Nick, and I was honored to represent the Desoto Boys and Girls Club in the National Youth of the Year competition. I'm a senior at Bayshore High School, and I currently participate in varsity football, basketball, and track. I've attended the Boys and Girls Club since I was 6 years old, and the Boys and Girls Club has truly helped shape me to the young man that I am today. The Boys and Girls Club has always been a huge blessing and inspiration in my life. My mother and older brother were killed in a car crash May of 2008. My family was devastated and lost at times, really seeking help, direction, and comfort. The Boys and Girls Club stepped in and offered so much support to me and my family that I couldn't thank them enough. To this day, I remember posters, signs, cards, and all the helping hands that were offered during this very difficult time in my life. I couldn't imagine what my life would be like without the Boys and Girls Club. I have always loved and enjoyed going to the Boys and Girls Club to hang out with staff and friends, but the club is more than that to me. My most enjoyable moments at the club are being able to work with the younger members, learn about colleges and go on college tours, and being able to exercise in the gym or outside. I'm involved in all of the team programs at my club. My favorite is the Keystone Club, which is a civic leadership program for teens, and we've done some great community service projects. We've done Day of Play, outreach projects for the homeless, and the National Fitness Competition. My favorite was this past summer, where we donated items to the Ronald McDonald House. I was inspired to help with this project because my former teen director, Mr. Jeremy, who shared with us his journey of overcoming cancer and how the smallest things can make a huge difference in families' lives. I can truly say that staff like Mr. Jeremy are inspirations to me and consider my mentors. As a part of the Keystone Club, we recruit teens to keep them out of the street and out of trouble. I know that we as young leaders can change our community and world for the better. My vision for America's youth today is one that inspires them to be the best person that they can be, for them to be healthy and active, and for them not to just reach their goals, but to set them high and shatter the expectations. Thank you. All right, does anybody have any questions for me? All right, thank you. All right. My best memory with the Boys and Girls Club is, it was a while back. It was actually Mr. Wendell, a long time ago, where there was a lot of trash around the Boys and Girls Club, and he found out a creative way to show everybody how that when you're done washing your hands, you don't have to use all the paper, and that when you throw it in the garbage can, it's big enough to fit a person in it, which he demonstrated with us, and everybody enjoyed it, and the club wasn't dirty for long. I mean, yes. Well, my biggest dream is coming true, where they're building a new club coming soon that they're working on. That's a big dream. And also, a big dream of mine is after I finish college, I can't wait to get back and give back to the Boys and Girls Club because they gave so much to me. I'm headed to Wisconsin Lutheran in Milwaukee to play football and track, and I'm studying sports and exercise science, and I'm also undergraduating in business. Yes, ma'am.
What values and disciplines have you learned at the Boys and Girls Club that you want to continue to brought to
A lot of values at the Boys and Girls Club are mostly because as I was younger, there was a lot of bullying through the club, and especially like sport-wise, because some people weren't like as gifted in sports as other. So we do a whole bunch of different sports, and it wasn't even like really about sports. We would do learning activities, and just everything in the club is you work in groups. So you like the people at the bottom, when you get in a group, like they learn by the other kids that are with them, and then everybody's equal in the club, so it's pretty good. Yes, ma'am. Is there any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
What advice would you give those young people over there about the club and about life? Your friends?
The best advice I could give is, as you're young now, look at the leaders throughout your club and learn what they do and try to be just like them. And then if you're following the right leaders, one day you could be trying to go for the Youth of the Year like I did. I do a little bit of everything. I do field events, but I do anything from 400 down, like the 4x4, the 4x1, and I do long jump, high jump, and triple jump. And I also do the hurdles.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, we would like to congratulate Nick, and in recognition of all of your hard work and how well you've represented the club, we'd like to present you with this MacBook Air Pro.
Thank you so much.
All right, I think we can all agree that Nick has an amazing story. What an inspirational young man. Let's give him one more big round of applause. And next, I'd like to welcome Mr. Caleb Grimes.
Good morning, everyone. I just realized that the first thing I need to do is talk to my agent about booking me after Nick. That is really a tough act to follow. And thanks, Nick, for sharing your story with us this morning. You know, not only Nick is a triple threat in sports, football, basketball, track and field, what we've all learned at the Boys and Girls Club is he's one terrific all-around guy. And he's going to do very, very well in life. And Nick, we're really proud to have you as our 2017 Youth of the Year, and you will have a great future ahead. Wonderful, Nick. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a former club kid myself. In fact, that's where I, like Nick explained, I think I honed a lot of my life lessons. I learned how to deal with people, and of course, I learned how to hit a baseball. My friends and I had a great time at the club, and I wouldn't trade those days for anything. And these young kids that are coming up have a great future at the Boys and Girls Club. But times have changed from when I was there, and so have the clubs. While we offer great programs, just like when I was there, a lot of the sports and things, our members and their families face more challenging issues. And I do want to share a little story with you. Just about a month ago, the mother of one of our members came to Leanne Frank, our club director. She's who introduced Nick. And according to Leanne, the mother was in a stressful state. You see, it was her first day of spring break, And she told Leanne that she had no money and no food for the next week, primarily because school was going to be closed and the children wouldn't be getting their weekday breakfasts and lunches. So Leanne got busy spreading the word to help this mom. And by the way, the mom did have a job, but like too many today, it doesn't pay enough to finance all the bills like extras that you suddenly find you need. So resources were identified and staff scraped up the money to allow the family to food shop for the upcoming weekend. And the next week was spent connecting the family to other services. It was a lot of help, and the kids got through, and a lot of people learned a great lesson in that. I mean, can you imagine even for a minute knowing that you don't have money to feed your family? And while that's not the situation of every family we serve, it is not rare either. And when our families are going through struggles, we try to help whenever possible. That's what the Boys and Girls Clubs do, all of our facilities. Now, a lot of you out here have heard me talk about the importance of building our new Desoto Club. And it was really nice that Nick mentioned that as something that he's looking forward to seeing. And I am committed 100% to that goal, and a lot of you out there I will be talking to, by the way. But the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County also needs day-to-day dollars to help our members thrive. It's not easy being a child in Manatee County today. 1 in 4 lives in poverty. 1 in 4 won't graduate from high school in time. 36% live in single-parent homes. And, of course, we continue to have violence that seems to increase, although we have a lot of people working hard to prevent that. Well, by offering a safe and fun place to spend their out-of-school hours, the clubs are making a huge impact on the lives of the Manatee County youth. I don't know if you know it, but 95% of our members expect to graduate on time. That's way higher than the county average. 93% are on grade level for their age, and 93% abstained from drinking and marijuana use. I don't know if you know that about our Boys and Girls Club, but it's an incredible set of statistics. You probably have heard me say this before, and others as well out here. The clubs are changing lives, and they're changing lives for the better. So, at this time, table hosts, I would like to ask you to pass out the donation envelopes that we have. And as we do that, I have a kind of an exciting announcement to share. We have an anonymous donor who has agreed to match the first $5,000 donated this morning by those of you in the room. So your $100 donation turns into $200, just like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please take time now to consider how you can financially support the clubs. After breakfast, you can stop downstairs and make your gift if you choose. But regardless of how you give, I urge you to do so. And, of course, today only it will be matched, doubling your gift. So your table host is here to help you with any questions you have and to help you with your donation. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and now I'd like to call up Dawn Hope, President and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County, and she is going to make a special presentation. Dawn?
Thank you, Caleb, for those wonderful words and remarks about the clubs. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank Caleb for stepping up as one of our foundation board members when he was asked to lead our campaign, Invest in Kids, for the rebuild of the Desoto Club. It was not a decision that he took lightly. And I remember having several conversations with him before he agreed to step forward, and I think that takes great courage and determination to put yourself out there and put your name on something like this. But when you hear from someone like Nick By the way, Nick, you caught me off guard there with your comments. But to have them come back and say, I want to come back and see my new club and celebrate with all of you, I mean, that really just speaks volumes for what this work is all about and how much it means to our community and especially to our kids. So I want to thank Caleb again for stepping up like that. Please give him a round of applause. So as we said, today's gifts are towards today's needs for our clubs, which are great. And, raising a $3.4 million budget annually is no small feat. So we appreciate everyone's support. This is one of 2 events that we do annually to support the clubs. And so, as you heard earlier, those gifts are being matched up to $5,000, which is pretty awesome. And in terms of the rebuild for the new Desoto Club, we started about a year and 5 months ago on our campaign. We went to a public phase just this past February, and to date we have raised $4.9 million out of our $7.5 million goal. We obviously can't do that alone, and as Caleb mentioned, there are many of you that we haven't spoken to yet, so we encourage you to get involved, to learn more about what we're doing with that rebuild, and to be part of this wonderful project for our community. By offering a safe and fun place for our kids to spend their after-school hours and during the summer, we are making a huge impact on lives in Manatee County. And we're fortunate to have many great community partners, and it does take a village to raise a child. This is as true in Manatee County as it is in Manhattan and all across the country. No one organization can address all of the needs of our children. Parents, teachers, staff, and volunteers really rally together to ensure that our kids thrive despite the challenges that they face on a regular basis. And you heard the statistics of how our kids defy those statistics, which is an awesome thing to see, to know that you're making impact. This year, we're proud to present one of our champions with the 2017 Community Partnership Award. I'd like to ask Dr. Jan Pullen to please come forward. And this is a surprise for her, by the way. Come on up, Jan.
I'm excited.
St. Stephen's School has been instrumental in our success. Their support with student volunteers to help tutor our young club members, to include us in the Falcon 5K and the 1 Mile Fun Run, and hosting our track meet for the last 3 years on their beautiful campus, all demonstrate your community spirit to help young people to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. In recognition of your ongoing commitment and dedication to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Manatee County, we proudly present you with the 2017 Community Partnership Award.
Thank you so much. Really.
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
If you're not too choked up.
Yeah. Oh, I am so surprised, but such a nice honor, and the school is, with working with children all the time, it's always about the children. And so it's so wonderful for our school to reach out and work with other children, and we see how much it does for the kids at St. Stephen's, and we understand how much it means to the children who are part of the Boys and Girls Club. So, and there's nothing like seeing the faces of the children when they come out and participate in the Boys and Girls Club track meet, and they come out and they're running around the track and cheering each other on, and that's all we want with our children, is to be happy and enjoying life, and we're just glad we're putting efforts in to give a little bit of that back to them. So thank you very much. What a nice surprise.
All right, thank you so much, Don, for that presentation, and also thank you to Jan and St. Stephen's Episcopal School and its dedication to the Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County. Also, just a reminder that you will have plenty of time to donate this morning, so if you have any questions or need a slip or anything like that, feel free to see your table host or any of the Boys and Girls Club board members as well. Now, to conclude the morning, it's my pleasure to introduce Ben Milsom of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ben recently completed his 8th season with the Buccaneers. His duties as Chief Ticketing Officer including overseeing the day-to-day responsibilities of the sales and guest and member relations. These departments are responsible for the service of new sales of Buccaneers season pass memberships, as well as group tickets and luxury suites. Over the past 8 seasons, the Buccaneers have ranked in the top 5 in all NFL news sales categories, while also being in the top 3 in overall customer service awarded by J.D. Power and Associates each season, so that's a big round of applause for that. A native of Pittsburgh who got his start with the Tampa Bay Lightning, Ben has also spearheaded 2 satellite sales offices in Orlando and Sarasota. These offices are the first of their kind in professional sports with a goal of expanding the current market. Please welcome Mr. Ben Milsom from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. Nick, congratulations, man. It's unbelievable. I mean, your story is tremendous. Don't ever let anyone tell you to cut your hair, okay? I have a 7-year-old boy who has long flowing hair, and I'm jealous of him every day. Thank you for having me once again. I really appreciate this. I'm going to try to make this work, and if I mess up, don't make fun of me. That's my picture. All right, so what I wanted to talk a little bit about today, before I get into this too, if you want to sit there and just fill out your donation card, I'm fine with that too, right? So if you just want to just bypass me, that's fine as well. We'll talk a little bit about football. Our owners don't like me to talk about football because then I get into trouble. I make predictions that I shouldn't and things like that. A little bit of our community outreach, our business snapshot, and then the exciting things we have going on for the 2017 season. So it all starts here. I know all Gators and Knowles like this guy, so it sounds like there's more Knowles in here, so I'll just leave this up for a little bit. But drafting this young man has really changed our organization. Prior to him, it's safe to say we really didn't have a good quarterback. My first year in 2009, we had Josh Freeman and Byron Leftwich as our quarterbacks. It's a little bit different now, and this gentleman has done great things on and off the field. I'm a type 1 diabetic, and his grandmother was a type 2 diabetic, and we started talking one day at lunch, and he said, well, what can I do to help you? And I said, well, you can just come to all of our board meetings and make a big donation, and that would be great. And he said, well, I want to do more. So he's gotten 100% involved in our charity and in that cause, and has done great things off the field. So 2016 year in review. All right, we got my second winning season of my 8 years here, so it was a tremendous year. Obviously, Mike Evans and Gerald McCoy and Levante David all had Pro Bowl seasons, and so we hope to continue that this year as well. This is Mike Smith. He's our offensive coordinator. We got him back to a multi-year agreement. Mike came to us. He used to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and so we were lucky enough to get him to come back for another season. One of the best things about Mike Smith is he's been on the TV show Hard Knocks. So he's the one telling us what it's going to be like when these 6 cameras come around us all off-season. So should be an interesting year, but Mike has done a great job. Those are our Pro Bowl guys. Really flattering pictures of Gerald and Mike there. So this is our schedule this year. I know we probably don't have any Giants, Bears, or Patriots fans in the room, so if you do, we'll be nice to you, and hopefully we win big and you're quiet. I'm just kidding. So here's probably some of the most important things that probably doesn't get noticed enough, but what we do in the community, and I can tell you this: we're going to be more involved down here. I'm going to have Cameron and Courtney and some of the people in our Sarasota office. We'll be here for the new building opening, and we'll bring cheerleaders and the mascot, and Cameron will dress up as the mascot if he's not available. So I'm being serious too. So. All right, so for us, we have one of the biggest things and one of the more interesting things we've done over the last couple of years is we opened Buccaneers Academy. So we went to 28 different schools in our area, and we looked and said, all right, well, what schools have the biggest need? And one of the biggest needs, too, is we were finding out that a lot of the schools, the kids weren't going outside for recess, and it was just too hot. And so what we did is we said, okay, well, let's put these massive covered courts in some of the schools so these kids can go outside and play basketball and be active and everything like that. And so we've done that now for 29 different schools, and we're going to continue to grow that as it goes. And then we put your school name up there, and we say that you love the Bucs even if you don't, because we put our covered court there. One of the other things we get involved in is we're heavily involved in the military, and I want to take this time to thank anyone who has served our armed forces. I come from a long line of people that served in the military in my family. I just found out after she recently passed away that my grandmother was a Marine, so that made a lot of sense when we would go over there, and she would be really tough on me and my younger brother. So thank you once again to everyone who's served our military. And with us and our big relationship with McDill Air Force Base, we can't ever do enough. We do a hero of the game. So a veteran will come up and ring our bell on our ship to start off every game. So that's been one of our growing traditions. Our COO Brian Ford is also part of of McDill Air Force Base, and we try to get the guys out there as much as we possibly can. Another thing that we do is our Vision Mobile. So we've done 53 appearances and have given close to 1,200 pairs of glasses. It's amazing. I've gone on some of these trips before. Our original owner, Malcolm Glazer, went through all elementary school, and he needed glasses, and he never had them. And obviously, he was able to see the board a little bit better whenever he got the glasses. But whenever you go into these schools and you see these kids that come and have never gotten an eye exam, and then we actually get the glasses for them right there, and they walk away, it's making their lives better. So that's one of the areas that we focus on as well. And we did a partnership with Lazy Days RV to get that nice RV created. One of the other things we do in the off season too is Gerald McCoy does a youth football camp, and so he'll bring some of the other players out, and we'll make sure that we have a camp and teach the kids non-contact drills and everything like that. And Nick, if you and some of your buddies are around, I'd love to have you come up for this, and we'll see if we can get Jameis and I don't know what position you play, but maybe he'll throw it to you. And he almost broke one of my fingers when he did that. So. But yeah, I'd love to have you guys up and take you around and check this out. So here's what we're doing for 2017. Obviously, the player outreach is big for us with the academy visits, the holiday events. One of the things we do during the year is the Treasure Chest 5K for breast cancer. So we have about 4,000 people run in that. I run it every year. I have a really bad time. But I'm there. The Affinity Reach is Buck Squad in our Women of Red movement, and then obviously our military outreach, what I talked about a little bit. So this year, we actually have now with Raymond James the longest partnership agreement in the NFL, and it goes through 2028. Prior to that, it was Qualcomm in San Diego, and now that's just... I don't know what they're going to do with that stadium now. So we have Raymond James as our longest partner in the NFL, which has been a tremendous relationship. This year, massive upgrades to the stadium, new scoreboards, new HD video, 360-degree full picture. I was having this conversation earlier. Prior to the new sound system going in, we had one speaker in our south end zone. One speaker for an entire stadium. So now it's full HD, and you can actually hear the game. So the new thing that we're going into for this year is our West Club, which I'll talk about a little bit more. These are our luxury suites. I'd love for everyone here to buy one if you can. They're really nice. They're air-conditioned. This is something new. This year was our Mercedes-Benz Hall of Fame Club. We took 16 of our suites and demolished them and basically said we want an area where there is more community and people can talk and network. And so we sell season passes in this. We sold out within 3 months, and then like red-blooded Americans, we expanded it, and we're selling more. So now we have more of these. There's close to 400 of these memberships in there, and it's been really successful. 2017, Game Day Reimagined, all new West Stadium Club. So we would go to every stadium in the NFL when we were playing different teams, and we would see these beautiful new clubs. And we would see ample seating area, and we would see all the amenities they had, and then we would come back home and say, this doesn't compare. You know, we really need to do something. So through a partnership with the Tampa Sports Authority, we expanded and are doubling the size of our West Stadium Club. And are having seating area and TVs everywhere, so it's going to be a pretty amazing transition. So this is the new bar area. So where it used to be open space, we're expanding that, so the footprint will dramatically increase. And I think we tried to pack as many TVs as we possibly could in there without blowing out power outages. So it's going to be pretty impressive. That's another view of the seating areas that we have. And then for the first time in history, we're going to have a team store. We'd have so many people that would stop into our offices and say, where can I buy my jerseys? And we would say, online. And they're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I don't want to go online. And we're like, yeah, we don't have a team store. So this year now in our lower level, we're going to have the largest Buccaneers team store with memorabilia and jerseys and everything like that. So that's a new expansion item as well. And then this is that Hall of Fame club that I talked about. So very high-end, very nice networking expansion area we have there. And that's it for me. We want to thank you once again for incorporating us into your community. We want to thank you again for having the people down in our Sarasota office. About 3 years ago, we looked at our business model, and we were spending way too much time in Tampa. We all know that the Bay Area expands way past here and over in Orlando. And so these people are really committed to being involved here. And if you don't see them out in the community, just tell me, and we'll get them there. But please, we're trying to do everything we can down here, and we really appreciate the time. Thanks. This is Courtney. She didn't know she was talking today, but she's going to talk. So, Courtney, come on over here. You're going to do this.
So we heard through the grapevine that you are a huge fan of Jameis Winston. So we wanted to make sure we presented this autographed football of Jameis Winston for you, along with a nice Buccaneers shirt. So, yeah.
All right, on that note, I was a Carolina Panthers fan, but I think I'm going to switch and become a Buccaneers fan. What do you guys think? All right, well, on that note, once again, been my pleasure to host the Youth of the Year breakfast here for the Boys and Girls Club. I hope you guys have enjoyed the program and enjoyed your breakfast as well. And we hope to see you again for the 4th annual Good Morning Great Futures breakfast next year.